Hey everyone, Nariman here. Welcome to my channel. Today we are going to start a series on how to use Git. The inspiration behind making these videos came from noticing a common theme. Many people use Git as part of their daily jobs without completely understanding what is happening under the hood. Not knowing exactly what Git does can lead to mistakes, frustration, and a lot of confusion. But it doesn't have to be that way. Git is a really powerful tool, and with the right knowledge, you can release its full potential. So if you are completely new to Git, or you just want to deepen your knowledge on this area, you are in the right place. I hope by the end of this series, you'll have a solid foundation on what Git is and how does it work. So let's dive in together. Okay, so let's start by asking this obvious question. What is Git? In summary, Git is a centralized version control system. Version controls are systems that record changes to files so that you can access specific versions later. And to collaborate with others, you need a single server that contains all the version files. That's where the term centralized comes from. What is making Git special is that it thinks of its data as a series of snapshots. With Git, every time you commit, you save the whole state of your project. Git basically takes a picture of all your files and how do they look like on that moment. Okay, so let's dig in a little bit more of what we mean by those snapshots. Let's say you create two files called A and B and then commit them. This will give us our first snapshot. We can always come back and see how these files look like when we created this snapshot. Now let's remove file B and create another snapshot. This commit will only contain file A, which doesn't contain any changes compared to previous commit. And for the last part, let's change file A and then create another snapshot. So as you can see, we are currently at commit 3. In our file system, we can only see file A with its latest changes. Let's say we want to retrieve file B. We can easily go to commit 1 and then get it from there. Or let's say we want the previous changes of file A. We can also easily go to commit 2 and then get it from there. Let's move on to another important topic. In order to learn Git very well, instead of memorizing some commands, it's better that you learn about 3 areas of Git repository. So these are the 3 areas that are in the Git repository: working tree, staging area, and history. Your file can have 3 different states depending on where it resides in the Git repository. When you modify a file before committing it, your file is in working tree, and you can say that your file state is modified. And when you mark a modified file to go into your next commit snapshot, your file is in the staging area, and you can say your file state is staged. And eventually, when you commit your file, it goes in the history, and you can say your file state is committed. To sum it up, what we saw is the basic Git workflow. First, you modify a few files in your working tree, then you select a few files and move them to a staging area to be committed, and at the end you do a commit, which basically stores a snapshot of your file system. Okay, so in this video, we learned some basic information about Git. In the next videos, we will dive deeper into the most important Git commands and see how they affect the file's state. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Make sure to like and subscribe for more content like this.